The City of Nanaimo has purchased a single-family home near the top of Rutherford Road in the North End, but it's not the house they were interested in. It was the location of the property that sealed the deal.
The intent here really on the city's part was to preserve a piece of property for future growth of the city's water system. The city bought this piece of property as a means of planning for the future. So we need to serve the north end of Nanaimo with additional water storage, in other words, a reservoir or a storage tank.
Our water is gravity-fed from the South Nanaimo River watershed, a long ways from the north end of town. Reservoirs are needed to provide what's called flow balancing.
This reservoir or storage tank will provide storage for fire flow or fire suppression. It'll provide, we call it balancing storage, so as there's huge demands throughout the day, the demands come from the reservoirs and not from the pipelines that serve the reservoirs.
North Nanaimo is already one of the biggest water users in the city. There are currently 2 reservoirs in the North End area, but there is also a significant amount of new housing developments being built throughout the region.
A lot of activity in that new home construction phase, and we're seeing in the North End a lot of activity. Not of the levels we had a few years ago, but still very positive signs of development ongoing. It's really important that through the planning process that the municipality recognizes the water requirements, because it's going to be challenging. And as our community grows, those requirements are only going to grow.
The new reservoir likely won't be needed for about 15 years, but suitable locations were quickly disappearing with all the new development going on.
The elevation is key when it comes to building a storage tank. This property just so happens to be at exactly the right elevation to serve the north end of the city.
The future reservoir will be large enough to hold 2 million gallons of water.
Our water reservoirs are typically built of either steel or concrete, and for this site we would envision a square concrete tank. We can expect to see it will be fitted
To help offset some of the costs. From Vandernook Drive, for The Daily, I'm Annette Lucas.